Magandang araw mga fellow gun enthusiasts. Now, every time na ako ay nagtitingin ng mga firearms na gusto kong idagdag sa collection ko, isa sa mga importanteng bagay na tinitingnan ko is yung history ng firearm na yon at kung sino yung gumagamit sa kanya. Okay, so sabihin natin, bibili ako ng M4 or, well, hindi ka makakabili ng M4 pero AR style na semi-auto 5.56. Isa sa mga tinitingnan ko syempre is sino na ba yung mga ibang gumagamit nito? Is this being used by a law enforcement or military organization sa mundo? I remember nung binili ko dati yung FNP 45 ko, isa sa driving factors noon, and this was way back 2011 pa, no, was yung Joint Combat Pistol Project ng US Army para palitan yung M9. Now, if you're familiar with that, it was their quest, or rather their project, to find a suitable replacement for the M9 pistol. Unfortunately, wala nangyari dun sa Joint Combat Pistol Project, and the M9 went on to serve for a little while longer before napalitan siya nung SIG 9mm P320 na pistol nila today. It's the same with the rifle. I remember nung kumuha ko dati ng UDMC, isa sa malaking consideration ko nga is yung NAVSOG testing nila. And that was a very good thing because the NAVSOG testing for me was an eye-opener into the world of reliability testing, especially with firearms, where dami nilang ginawa doon sa first generation pa yon ng UDMC PVAR. Ngayon, yung rifle ko ay upgraded na, I think Gen 5 yung upper niya na PVAR. So anyway, one of the things that I found nung pumunta ako doon sa UDMC, which UDMC was very gracefully, very generously shared with me, was yung test results nung rifles nila. Yung acceptance testing nung PNP, nung nag-procure yung PNP ng mga UDMC rifles. Now, UDMC rifles, guys, the 5.56 and even 7.62 rifles have been going around our law enforcement and military departments and agencies in the Philippines for quite some time now. They've been procured by the government in medium-sized or even smaller batches across the country. And if you look dun sa page ng UDMC, marami ka makikitang ganon. Now, one thing that really that I really appreciate about this experience is nakita ko yung test document na yung acceptance testing document ng PNP. At makikita natin dito kung ano yung mga ginawa nila doon sa rifle before they accepted it for service. Obviously, nagkaroon ng public bidding. UDMC delivered, they won that public bidding, they delivered, and then nagkaroon ng acceptance testing si PNP. So let's check it out. Now, I would highly recommend na you explore this document further on your own. So I will put the PDF file at the link below. Check nyo na lang yon, download nyo na lang from the Google Drive para mabasa nyo siya. So, this is what I look for, at least with a lot of the rifles that I procure. Yung may history siya at meron siyang third-party testing. This is important, guys, because a lot of the testing that we see online on rifles is really marketing. It's not really third-party testing. And third-party testing has way less bias, if not zero bias, doon sa rifle na yon because yun nga, this is testing done either by the end user or by another party that has not really that much interest in marketing, but rather in determining the reliability and the performance of the rifle. So yun talaga yung goal nila. So let's look at this document by the PNP. Ano na lang, guys, check nyo na lang to kung interested kayo. You can check it from the link below. So let's look at this. So test and evaluation acceptance test of one lot of weapon systems delivered by UDMC. So here's the page 1 of the file. We have over here yung mode of procurement, public bidding, product source, Philippines. Date conducted was just March 20 to 22 last year. So very recent, just last year. Just 1 year ago. So, ito nga, meron pa tayo itong venue. Nakalagay dito yung Fort Magsaysay, Palayan City, Nueva Ecija. So, You see over here that the document has multiple signatures, so it's proof that this has been reviewed multiple times by different people from the PNP. So they did test here two kinds of rifles. The first one is the S7, 7.62 by 51 millimeter rifle. We see over here na pumili sila ng random rifle from the batch. Okay, nakalagay dito. Tapos, they fired 20 rounds of 7.62 millimeter match ammo at it. Through it. And they hit targets based on 100, 500, 800, and even 1,000 meters. Funny how they call the precision rifle, the DMR, a sniper rifle. Usually, pag sinasabi sa akin sniper rifle, I think of a bolt-action rifle. But this one, they did it with the DMR, but they still called it a sniper rifle. So, yan. So, kita natin dito, guys, dito sa testing natin, we are looking at sub-MOA accuracy, which is very, very good. Usually, when we talk about mga rifles, tinitingnan natin dyan yung 1 MOA, di ba? Yung maririnig mo yan lagi, yung 1 MOA na yan. But with precision rifles, especially the ones from UDMC, we're looking at sub-MOA accuracy. Mas accurate pa siya kaysa dun sa 1 MOA. So, the lesser the MOA, usually the more accurate it is. And 0.8668 MOA is really, really good. In fact, tinest pa nga nila dito sa silhouette targets at 1,000 meters, which is really, really good. Kasi, guys, if you're a civilian shooter, you will very, very, extremely rarely fire your weapon at a target that's 1,000 meters away. Unless na lang na yan talaga yung hobby mo. So, kitang-kita dito that the UDMC S7 really performed really, really well. Very well, in fact. So, yan yung page 2. We now move on to page 3. So, dito, in-evaluate pa nila yung rifle. They call it a sniper rifle. Yun nga, tinest nila on 7.62 by 51 ball NATO ammo and match ammo. Tinest nila dun pareho. The barrel length is 22 inches, heavy barrel, which is typical for precision rifles. Naka-heavy barrel talaga sila because heavy barrel is the most accurate and most resistant to accuracy loss due to heat from continuous firing. So meron tayo dito na rifling twist, 1:10. Other things over here like yung exterior finish niya, fixed buttstock, typical for DMRs, and other things gaya ng rails, and direct gas impingement yung operating system na gamit dito ng S7. So, yon. Safe and semi-auto. The barrel is Bergara. Nakalagay dito mayroon pang Bergara quality certificate. So, definitely pang competition yon. Match grade barrel. Or rather, precision barrel. In case that Bergara has even a higher quality match barrel available. So yan guys, kita natin that this page 3 over here shows that the rifle does conform to all of these things. It passed those standards. Tapos meron pa dito nga, review pa nila yung mga accessories, kasama yung cleaning kit, yung rifle bag, they call it a marksman bag here, and then yung mga other parts dito, which is very interesting. Now, I don't think that UDMC made the cleaning kit for this one. Definitely binili na lang nila to tapos sinama dun sa package. So outsourced ito, procured from someone else. Pero it's good to know that the PNP does review everything. They review it thoroughly. I'm very happy to know that yung taxpayers' money ko ay napupunta sa magandang rifle at nakakasupport ng local economy natin. Very nice. So ito, meron tayong observations. So lahat dito conformed lahat and passed. So, very, very nice. So, meron pa ditong testing nung 556. Pretty much the same. Ito yung DMR nila na 556. So, there's a lot that goes on in this testing. I'm not gonna go through all of them, pero kita natin dito guys na pumasa rin yung 556 rifle nila, and that is really a good thing. The rifle twist nung 556 nila na ginamit is 1:8, which is typical for all UDMC rifles. Ako yung UDMC rifle ko is a 1:8. I really like it. I think the 1:8 is a very, very good barrel twist rate because it creates the perfect, or rather presents the perfect balance for shooting heavy ammunition, heavier ammunition gaya ng SS-109 or even for example yung armor piercing. Although wala akong armor piercing na bala, pero yun nga, it's good to know that it can do that if it had to. I should note that armor-piercing ammo here in the Philippines is not allowed for civilian ownership, but the rifle can do that. If ever na sumama ka sa army at may rifle ka na gano'n and you need to fire armor-piercing ammunition. Pero kailangan rin natin guys na huwag masyadong mabilis yung twist rate kasi some rounds na magagaan gaya ng ball ammunition or even lesser, like mga polymer tip na magagaan lightweight ammunition, na mataas yung muzzle velocity pero magaan siya. Kailangan mo ng medyo mas mabagal na twist rate for that. Kasi pag masyadong mataas yung twist rate, masyadong mabilis yung twist rate mo, baka mag-overspin or ma-overspin siya or ma-overstabilize yung bala mo, which leads to a loss of accuracy. Nangyayari yon. Although very bihira siya kasi dito sa Philippines sanay tayo dun sa mga 1:12 na rifles ng mga lumang M16A1. So anyway, ayan, we have all of these things over here. Quad rail. So again, tinest nila effective range of 600 meters. Again, very, very far away. You can barely see the target at that distance. And yun nga. Marami pa dito. Chinek din nila yung accessories, pati yung cleaning kit. So very interesting paperwork that we have over here. So guys, I highly recommend that you read this. Marami ka matututunan kung paano tinitest ng Philippine government yung mga rifles na nakukuha nila from these procurement projects, especially for companies like UDMC. For me, it's good to know that UDMC and the PNP are very transparent with these test results. I like it because I think we learn a lot from this, and documents such as this, guys, are solid proof that the rifles that you are getting, for example, from UDMC, are very, very good quality because we have these test results to back it up. Hindi lang siya puro marketing, puro videos, puro magagandang brochure at mga YouTube personalities na nagpo-promote ng rifle, pati na rin government. So that's a good thing. Don't take my word for it, guys. Look at this document here as a basis for that, because a document is signed on every page by multiple people, which is clear show that this is definitely legit. And a very good sign that the rifles went through thorough testing. So nakalagay dito sa mga last pages niya yung mga names ng mga pumirma. So they have their signatures to it. So there you go. So I hope, guys, na marami kayo natutunan dito sa video na to. Again, when you're buying a rifle, here in the Philippines, they're very expensive compared to other countries like US and maybe even Europe. Our rifles here are very expensive because of our taxes. So when we buy things, it's very important for us to make sure that we have lots and lots of documents to back up any claims being made by the manufacturer as to the quality and performance of the weapon. And this document does a great job at it. So there you go. So that's all I have for you today sa video na to. So maraming salamat sa panonood. Thank you all to everyone who has helped the channel by donating. Thank you all to everyone who likes the video, those who share the video, much, much appreciated. I really appreciate all of that. And I will have another video for you again soon. So thank you, and I will see you all in the next one.